Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we explore timeless stories that hold powerful lessons for our lives today. Have you ever been so focused on getting something you want that you didn't stop to think about the consequences? It's a common trap. In today's story, The Greedy Fox and the Well is a perfect reminder of why we should always think before we act. So, grab a comfy seat, and let's dive into this classic tale. Once upon a time, on a scorching hot summer day, a very thirsty fox was roaming through the countryside. The sun beat down relentlessly, and the fox's tongue lolled out, panting for just a single drop of water. He had been searching for hours, trotting through dry fields and dusty paths, but every stream he came across had dried up, and every puddle had evaporated under the intense heat. His throat was as dry as sandpaper, and his steps grew weaker and weaker. Just as he was about to give up hope, his sharp eyes spotted something in the distance, an old stone well in the middle of a farmer's abandoned yard. A surge of energy rushed through him. "Water!" he yelped with joy, his tail wagging furiously. He bounded towards the well, his mind consumed by a single thought, quenching his agonizing thirst. The closer he got, the more inviting the dark, cool opening of the well looked. It promised relief from the sweltering sun. He reached the edge and peered down. The water was far below, shimmering like a hidden treasure. He could smell its cool, fresh scent, and it was almost more than he could bear. Around the rim of the well, there was a simple rope and pulley system with two buckets attached, one at each end. As one bucket went down, the other came up. In his desperate thirst, the fox didn't pause to consider how this mechanism worked. All he saw was one bucket resting on the edge, an invitation to the cool water below. Without a second thought, driven by his overwhelming greed and thirst, the fox leaped into the empty bucket. Whoosh! His weight sent the bucket plummeting down into the darkness of the well. The other bucket, now lighter, shot up into the air. Splash! The fox landed right in the cool, refreshing water. Ah, what a relief! He drank and drank, gulping down the life-saving liquid until his belly was full and round. He felt revived, his energy restored. He had gotten exactly what he wanted. For a moment, he floated happily, splashing around and enjoying the cool dampness of the well. The immediate satisfaction was incredible. He had been thirsty, and now he wasn't. Problem solved, right? He chuckled to himself, feeling quite clever for finding such a brilliant solution. He had outsmarted the heat, outsmarted the drought. He was the smartest fox in the whole countryside. But as the initial thrill wore off, a new, chilling realization began to creep in. He was full, yes. He was refreshed, absolutely. But he was also trapped. He looked up at the small circle of blue sky so far above him. He had been so focused on getting into the well that he had never once considered how he would get out. His greed for a quick drink had led him straight into a prison. Hours passed. The sun began to set, and the circle of light above him faded to orange, then purple, then black. The well grew cold, and the fox shivered, not just from the chill, but from fear. He was alone, trapped in the dark. He howled for help, but his cries just echoed off the damp stone walls, unheard by anyone. Just as despair was about to consume him, he heard a voice from above. "Hello, is someone down there?" Peering up, the fox saw a silhouette against the starry sky. It was another fox, a wolf actually, who had also been looking for water and was drawn by the sound. "Oh, thank goodness!" the trapped fox cried out. "Help me, I'm stuck down here." The wolf peered down curiously. "How did you get down there?" he asked. "And is the water good?" The greedy fox, seeing a chance, quickly concocted a story. "Oh, it's wonderful," he lied. "There's so much water down here, more than enough for both of us. I came down on purpose. There's a great drought coming, and this is the safest place to be. Jump into the other bucket and come join me." The thirsty wolf, hearing about the abundance of water and the impending drought, felt a rush of panic and desire. He didn't want to be left out. Just like the fox before him, he didn't stop to think. Without questioning the story, the wolf leaped into the empty bucket at the top. Just as before, his weight sent the bucket hurtling downwards, and as the wolf's bucket went down, the fox's bucket, now carrying a much lighter passenger, began to rise. As they passed each other midway, the clever fox called out to the foolish wolf, "You see, my friend, this is how it works. You should always figure out the way out before you jump in." And with that, the fox reached the top, hopped out of the bucket, and scurried away into the night, leaving the shocked wolf trapped at the bottom of the well. And that, my friends, is the story of the greedy fox and the well. It's a fantastic illustration of a very simple but profound moral: always think before you act. The fox's initial greed and thirst made him leap into the well without a plan. He was lucky that his quick thinking and dishonesty saved him, but he put himself in that dangerous situation in the first place. The wolf was even more foolish, believing a desperate story without any skepticism. This applies to so many areas of our own lives, doesn't it? How often do we jump into a decision, a purchase, a job, a relationship because it looks good at the moment, without thinking about the long-term consequences or the potential exit strategy? We get so focused on the immediate reward that we forget to look at the bigger picture. This story teaches us the importance of foresight, of pausing to consider what happens next before we take that leap. It's about being proactive, not reactive. So, the next time you're faced with a tempting situation, remember the fox in the well. Take a moment, breathe, think it through. Consider the pros and cons, the entry and the exit. A little bit of thought beforehand can save you a whole lot of trouble later on. Thank you so much for joining me for today's story. I hope it gave you something valuable to think about. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more fables and lessons brought to life, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. I love reading your thoughts, so please share in the comments below if you've ever been in a fox in the well situation. Until next time, stay wise and think before you leap. Bye for now.